I was raised Catholic. That was the beginning of it. And I couldn't find the reasoning for the trilogy. And also, I was not seeing what I was being preached. And then I bounced around. I read about reincarnation, Buddhism, and these kinds of things, something to find some peace in my life, but it never quite filled me up. Well, the New Age path, it can be peaceful, but it doesn't fill you. There's a big difference between being filled with peace and feeling peace from the outside. Well, I never was filled with peace on that path. So I would say the big difference between the New Age path, you can get in there and anything goes. And that's a feeling of freedom for people, but the real freedom is being close to your Lord. So yeah, about $80,000 to $100,000, I would say. $80,000 to $100,000 I lost on that path. I wept and I wept and I wept because everybody said, when you go to Egypt, you're going to lose all your money. You're not going to gain anything. But that money did not matter. Allah took away everything. And I said, I don't want to live this life. But he gifted me Islam. But then with Islam, everything else is a tunnel that you're moving through in life. When you become Muslim, that tunnel expands. And there's the light, and it's waiting for you. And your Lord is waiting for you. I mean, how can that compare to anything else? It cannot.
Wanita ini bernama Loretta, seorang mantan praktisi New Age, pernah menghabiskan ribuan dolar untuk berbagai ritual yang hasilnya justru membawa petaka. Ia sering kerasukan jin dan hutangnya menumpuk. Setelah hampir putus asa, ia memutuskan membaca Al-Quran yang ternyata menjawab semua kegelisahannya. Setiap kata yang ia baca membuatnya tertegun, hingga menyimpulkan bahwa Quran tidak mungkin buatan manusia. Namun kesimpulan itu belum meyakinkannya untuk masuk Islam.
What's interesting is because I left everything and they knew I left everything and went to Egypt, I was the talk of every family reunion. They finally had to make a rule, no more talking about Loretta in Egypt. So they were used to me doing off-the-wall things. That New Age path was off the wall. When I started reading the Quran before I was Muslim, all my questions were answered. I fell in love with the Quran right away. It bypassed my ears and went into my heart when I first heard it. Because I was a professional singer for 30 years, that didn't fill me. I left that. But now when I hear the Quran, it's so much more. And what I found in Islam is just answer. I would read the Quran and I would be like, oh my God, who wrote this? So before I was Muslim, I was just like, it was so beautiful.
Hingga suatu malam ia mendapatkan mimpi yang menyeramkan yang berhasil ia atasi dengan nama Tuhan. Saat itulah ia memutuskan bersegera mengucapkan syahadat.
I will tell you a specific incident that I had before I was Muslim. I was sleeping, but you're in that half-sleeping state. And I was standing at the foot of my bed, and there was a being in front of me, directly in front of me. And he said, she loves God. She loves God. And then the voice turned demonic and said, she does not love God. She does not love God. And he tried to get in the top of my head. And all I did was say, I do love God. I do love God. And he went back out, and I never had another problem like that. But that's an instance where even the name God kept me safe.